The UK auto sector hit a massive 2 million new cars registered in the UK in 2025, which is massive news for a number of reasons. Firstly, because new car sales haven't been this high since before the pandemic, so this is the best result for the auto industry in a number of years. But also given the tough economic conditions and geopolitical tensions that not only the UK but the world is seeing at the moment, this is very impressive, along with the fact that Jaguar Land Rover had a huge cyber attack back in the autumn of 2025, which essentially halted production for a number of weeks, and since then they're still getting back on their feet to full production. So this is a very high level overview, but what are some of the key highlights from this report from the SMMT, who are the auto industry body? Now, probably the biggest story out of this report was in the electric vehicle space, as sales of EVs were up 23.9%, meaning that they actually overtook diesel vehicle sales last year, as diesel vehicle sales dropped down by 15.6%. Now, it's no surprise as to which car company had the highest selling electric vehicles, as Tesla took the top spot and the second top spot, with their Model Y and Model 3 being the most popular electric vehicles in 2025. However, there was incredible performance from BYD. Given that the company has only been in the UK for 3 years, they actually sold a whopping 51,000 electric vehicles across their ranges last year, making them the 6th biggest car company in the UK. Now, while there's a lot of talk about Chinese car companies starting to dominate the European market and the problems that this might cause for existing European car companies who are currently struggling to compete with their low cost of production, this, in a weird way, could actually be good news for the UK government, as they do have quite punchy electric vehicle targets, which actually weren't met last year, as despite the rise in popularity of EVs, they still only made up 23.4% of vehicle sales, which was below the government's 28% target, which is going to be then rising next year to 33% of vehicle sales. Now, another key thing to call out is the top 3 best-selling cars. So at third place with 41,000 sales in the UK was the Nissan Qashqai. Then at second was the Kia Sportage with around 48,000 sales. And then top of the pack was the Ford Puma, which had around 51,000 sales last year. So comment below what your thoughts are on what the auto market will do in the UK. Do you think we'll continue to see this strong surge in electric vehicle popularity, and will it ultimately start to hit the UK government's targets of 33% of all vehicles being sold as electric? Or will recent changes by the government, such as taxing electric vehicles per mile, start to hamper electric vehicle sales, meaning that they might even start to reduce, or at least not increase at such the rate that we've seen recently?